Hi Katie, happy Rare Disease Day.
Thank you.
Could you tell us a bit about Rare Disease Day?
Yeah, so Rare Disease Day is a global coordinated movement that happens every year, and the whole point is to raise awareness about rare diseases.
And you have a rare disease?
Yes, so I have a rare disease called Primary Cillary Dyskinesia, or PCD for short.
What age were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed around 17, 18, which is actually quite late. The average age of diagnosis in the UK is approximately 5 years old, and it's really important to get diagnosed with PCD early because it can affect the lungs, but we can talk about that in a minute.
How does it affect your life?
So I have to do daily physiotherapy to make sure that my lungs are healthy. So what happens in those with PCD, like myself, is that the cilia that line my lungs and my sinuses, my ears and other places in the body don't move. So what they should be doing is kind of a Mexican wave, and they should move secretions and mucus and all the bacteria in your lungs and out so you can get rid of them. Now mine don't do that, so I have to do that manually with daily physiotherapy, so different breathing exercises, and I do lots of exercise as well to help remove those secretions and to keep my lungs healthy.
And is there a cure for PCD?
No, currently there is no cure for PCD. The only thing we can do is try and prevent damage done by lung infections, particularly, and that's daily management with physiotherapies and different drugs, antibiotics when you need them, and constant care from your PCD teams, making sure that your lungs are healthy and that you are looked after the best that you can.
Is there anything you would like people to know about PCD?
Yes, so actually in PCD you can get something called situs inversus or dextrocardia, and what that means is when your organs are on the opposite side to those that don't have PCD. So in your regular person you'll have your heart on your left hand side, but in PCD it can actually lean on the right hand side, which is called dextrocardia, and sometimes you can have all of the organs completely reversed, so your left lung is actually on the right and the right lung is actually on the left, which is really quite cool.
So talking about diagnosis, how did you know how PCD is diagnosed?
Yes, so PCD is quite hard to diagnose, and at the minute we have quite a few different tests to do to diagnose PCD. You can't do a blood test, so a genetic test or a DNA test, and that's because we only know about 70% of the genes in PCD. So if we did do a blood test on somebody that we think had PCD, we may miss the fact that they do have it because we don't have all of the information yet. So at the minute what we do is we take a little nasal biopsy, which is like a COVID test, so a little swab goes up your nose, we take those cells and then we regrow them in the lab and look at them and see how they behave.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.